We rolling.
These braids are so long.
You're looking a little thotty, but I think it's thanks. You welcome. You welcome. And whatever.
I could be on an episode of Real Housewives.
You could.
I'm a grown woman.
Welcome to the first episode of Getting Grown with Jade and Keia.
Hi, guys.
That's Keia.
That's
I'm
me.
Jade.
Yeah.
I think so. Do you
See, I told
you remember the roll call in the morning?
Oh my God, with at least and Dre.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Did you have a rap surrounding your name?
Oh my God, you know I did. Oh.
Okay. I need it, please.
Like I'm really about to do this right now.
Yeah, like right now. I have one too, so don't worry, you're not out here by yourself.
Okay. Oh, so it's the roll call, baby. It's the roll call, baby. It's the roll call, baby. It's the roll call. Hey, what's up, y'all? What you gotta say? Who's on the phone with Ed, Lisa? Dre, well, it's Keia waking up to Ed, Lisa, and Dre giving shouts to all the peeps from around my way. And that sounds cool, and that may be. But where you call it from, Keia, what city? Well, some think I'm crazy, and others kind of strange. But whatever it is, y'all think I'm representing White Plains. White Plains is in the house. White Plains is in the house.
My name is Jade. I like to play spades. My favorite drink is lemonade Kool-Aid.
Hey, ooh, that sounds good. But where you from, Jay? What neighborhood?
It's that girl from the land of the kings, Brooklyn, y'all. You know what I mean.
Hey, oh. Oh, God.
So, as you can tell, I'm hailing from the land of Brooklyn, recording live. Not really, no. But we're here on our first episode of Getting Grown. So yeah, I'm from Brooklyn. And where are you calling from, Keia?
What up? I'm Keia. I'm originally, I'm checking in right now from Silver Spring, Maryland and DMV, but by way of White Plains, New York. For many of you may not know what that is. This is a small suburb in Westchester County that's just north of the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? That's where I was from. It's where I'm born. It's where I was raised. Respect my suburban gangster, please and thank you.
And it is so gangster.
It is.
It is so gangster. So I guess we'll tell you all a little bit about ourselves since this is the very first episode. So you may know me from my other show, Jade and XD. But a little bit about myself. I am a mother and a wife. I am a chef, and I talk a lot of nonsense, but it seems to entertain my friends, so I just kind of keep talking.
Makes sense.
I have recently been, I guess, coined problematic. I have no clue why.
Oh, well, who coined you problematic?
We'll get to that. We're going to get to that.
Okay. Well, I mean, before I introduce myself, I just want to say that this is Getting Grown with Jade and Keia. This is a podcast for us, by us being those of us who
my niggas in the whole wide world.
Come on, Solange. Those of us who are out here, woke up one day and we're just like, oh my God, I don't know when this happened, but I'm like grown and real grown. Like, you was 22 years old, you would say, I'm grown all the time, but you really didn't have grown folks' responsibilities. But now you're out here and you're managing your career and your life and you're trying to answer all your text messages and pay your bills on time and, moisturize the edges and keep your house clean. And, it's just all the responsibilities of being, Black and beautiful and about your business out here in these streets. So Getting Grown is, where we're going to come and just have community and just try to figure out, how to fold fitted sheets and season up your green beans like Big Mama and, navigate your professional trajectories and, reach your goals and start your businesses and do all the things that we have to do out here as 30-somethings in 2017.
Absolutely.
And I'm Keia, also known as Keia Nicole, also known as @NothingButTrouble on the interwebs.
Yes.
I am a nerd. You know, for all intents and purposes, I type really fast for a living. I work as a research fellow for an educational think tank in the District of Columbia, also known as DC. So I just do research. Like I write papers and I do really fun research that's hopefully impacted educational practice in the field of higher education. So I'm out here making waves, trying to, you know, reach my goals and be somebody. If you want to be somebody. I don't know where that came from. But
if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention.
See, that's the kind of stuff that goes on here on Getting Grown. See, you know, we're learning we have those kinds of outbursts from time to time.
Wait. So can you pause, rewind, and like put the humility to the side for a second? Because you introduced yourself wrong.
No, I didn't. I said my name was
Yes,
Keia,
you did.
And I was born in White Plains. I'm 30-something.
So first of all, her name is Dr. Takia Nicole.
Listen.
AKA Takia, AKA Keia, AKA Nothing But Trouble, AKA...
All right, let's get this out of the way so we don't have to do this. I recently earned a PhD in higher education from the University of Maryland, College Park. I'm super grateful. It happened just a few months ago. And I'm out here working and meeting my goals. It's something I've always wanted to do. And I'm just blessed the Lord allowed me to reach this goal. But I am not one of those PhDs who, you know, throw the PhD in your face. Because I'm still very much Keia. I like my chicken wings fried hard and I wear door knockers and pop my gum. I just happen to be credentialed.
Yeah, you.
I do. I'm real good at it too. Most people don't like it, but that's, you know, not my business.
She doesn't care.
I do not.
She pops her gums and chews her chips real loud.
That's it. Crunch.
The crunch is real.
Crunch.
You know that crunch with like
the crunch that makes you want some because everybody be like, "Ooh, what you got?" I'd be like, "Girl, chips. You want them?" Yes.
Chips.
Girl,
kettle chips. Ooh,
kettle chips.
Anyway,
homemade. What? Get your life.
I love me a kettle chip.
All right, let us not digress.
Really
but welcome. We welcome you to Getting Grown with Jade and Keia. We hope that this is a space and a place that you guys will come and hang out with us, sit around the table, the kitchen table. We'll get to that and talk grown folks business. So we'll introduce each segment and let you know what's going on with us. And hopefully you guys will engage and want to be a part and that help as we all try to figure out how to get grown together.
Absolutely. So let's get into it.
Yay. Ice Cube? Really, girl? Okay, so on Getting Grown, we're going to be encouraging and highlighting and featuring all of our fellow sisters and brothers occasionally who are out here doing it for themselves and making waves and just making strides and just being all around amazing. And we're going to do that in our segment that we've so appropriately titled, Shout Out to My Sis.
My sis is popping right now, like.
And for our very, very first shout out, we're going to shout out at Miss Gia, who you know her as at Miss Gia, formerly of MissGia.com. Now she is the proprietor and owner of OwnYourBlackness.com. So everybody say, hey, Gia.
Hey, Gia.
We're going to shout out Miss Gia because she has just been out here doing it. Own Your Blackness is one of the most successful t-shirt online t-shirt retailers, websites. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Online t-shirt retail websites. There you go, girl. Use your words. All right. So Own Your Blackness features t-shirts, mugs, novelty items, and it's really all about helping Black people celebrate ourselves.
Yep.
It's created not only to celebrate Blackness, but to offer others awareness about our culture and how much we really love and dig ourselves. So according to the About Us page, it's uncensored, unapologetic, and real. Own Your Blackness provides apparel and accessories that allow consumers to offer an in-your-face proclamation that we love who we are and we don't mind showing you just how much. We wanted to feature Miss Gia because she's been out here for a long time. just doing big things, and Own Your Blackness is no exception. It was a top grossing company in 2016, and not only is she out here giving us banging t-shirts, I own several, but she's also sharing the wealth. So she is also, in addition to selling her t-shirts, she also has a manual called Start Up or Shut Up, a comprehensive guide to starting your own t-shirt business for $50 or less. Mm-hmm. And that's where she gives all the ins and outs of the businesses she's learned. So I just wanted to shout out my sis Gia and say that I'm proud of you, girl, and just wanted to feature her and hopefully encourage you all to go and check her out and support her and get you a t-shirt because they lit.
Yep, I have one that says "Don't call me pretty for a black girl," and it's got a black girl with an afro pop, with big old bubble gum. What did we just talk about?
I love my gum. I have a Special Girl, Real Good Girl, which is one of my favorites. I also have an I Ain't For Everybody t-shirt. And I saw a t-shirt on the website earlier that I will definitely be purchasing. It says, I love naps, but I stay woke, because the people need to know that, I'm serious out here. Although I do enjoy a nap, don't you think that I'm asleep all the time? So yeah, we wanted to feature Gia and her t-shirts and hope and encourage you guys to check out OwnYourBlackness.com and to celebrate our first episode and the launch of Getting Grown with Jade and Keia. Miss Gia is offering a coupon code. So if you go to OwnYourBlackness.com and order some merchandise, if you enter the coupon code, my God. If you enter the coupon code GROWN, that's GROWN. If you enter the coupon code GROWN, you will receive 15% off your purchase. So be sure to head on over OwnYourBlackness.com and get you a whole bunch of things. Be sure to tell Miss Gia that Jade and Keia sent you.
Absolutely. Support Black business.
It's the only way. It really is the only way. I did.
All right. So on Getting Grown, we have a segment that we are going to call Kitchen Table Talk, which is going to discuss all of the things that Lord, neither one of us can talk today. That might not necessarily, right? Please, I need you. That we might not feel comfortable discussing, but it's absolutely necessary, whether that be about bills or whether that be about health issues or just the things that are necessary throughout life that happen to us. So
for real. Absolutely. Like, remember when you were younger and if your parents or your mom had like some serious business to conduct, whether it be paying the bills or sitting down to tell you that you was on punishment or, delivering some news of some sort, we will always gather around the kitchen table and have talk. Shout out to the sirens.
Sorry, Brooklyn keeps it classy.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure I'll have one in a few minutes. But yeah, we'll all sit around the kitchen table and have grown folks talk about, different things. So we'll talk about life. We'll talk about career. We'll talk about relationships, all the things that we sit around the kitchen table and talk about. So this week in Kitchen Table Talk, we'll be talking this week.
What is happening today? I'm sorry. It's like
this might be a good place for us to say, okay, so Jade is in Brooklyn and I'm in the DMV. We're recording this podcast remotely. So while Jade's in her house, I'm in my house, we're looking at each other on FaceTime and we're recording using a website, which adds to the nuance and appeal of our show. So sometimes you'll hear,
I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes. You'll hear sirens, but fun fact, it really, the whole show kind of came from the fact that Keia and I were really good friends. And we will just FaceTime one another and kind of just catch up
all the time.
Yeah. So we turned it into this. So anyway,
we were encouraged to turn it into this, but we'll get into that.
Right. Another time.
Okay.
All right. But around the kitchen table today,
we're going to talk about, something that is specific to being a woman and being a Black woman, especially. Different spaces we have to navigate, whether it be work or friendships, personal relationships, professional relationships, there's a lot to, we show up as Black women, and there are a lot of, unfortunately, different generalizations and stereotypes that come with that. So when we come into the room as a Black woman, if we, approach a situation a certain kind of way, if we have too much bass in our voice, if, we roll our neck, if we're passionate or emphatic about something, it can often be perceived as, aggressive or, taken in a way that is not intended. So a lot of times we have to negotiate that in the different spaces that we find ourselves in. So I was thinking about being liked and how important is being liked to you? Is being liked a priority for you? And does it matter based on the situation? And how much, when you enter a new situation, a new environment, is it something that you think about? How has being liked or the desire to be liked or not having the desire to be liked influenced your life? Yeah, in any way?
You know what? I think, like the niggas like to say, there's levels to this shit. So, absolutely. I think that the care or the level of how much I need to be liked in a certain situation varies upon who I'm dealing with. When it comes to my loved ones, my friends, my family, obviously I'm with anybody actually, strangers, work, coworkers, whatever, I'm a very honest person. But when it comes to your loved ones, you don't ever want to say or do anything that's going to intentionally hurt them. So you're very careful about how you speak to them. And that's not, I guess, a desire to be liked more so as it is just trying to be sensitive to those who you care about, maybe. But when it comes to like the workplace, I want to be a pleasant person. I'd like to be known as a pleasant person, but I am also not going to be a pushover. So if me being assertive to get my job done is what's necessary and you don't like me for how I have to deal with you, I don't really care. I don't. But yeah, when it comes to the workplace, like I don't want to be a disliked person. But I have to do my job. And when it comes to dealing with certain personalities, I just don't have time for the bullshit.
Right. I know for me, I can be honest and say that at one point in my life, being liked was very important to me. I remember, in high school and college, it was important to me, to make sure that I wasn't offending people or, I just wanted to be liked. And I'm sure that I'm not articulating this as best as I probably could, but I know, I said that to say, like, I now see, like, perspective and age has taught me and shown me that, like you said, there are levels and to being liked. And there are things that, I'm not willing to compromise anymore. Exactly. Especially in professional situations. I think that women are socialized to be timid and to be, amenable and friendly and to not ruffle any feathers or rock the boat and wait, not necessarily to pursue opportunities, but to wait until opportunities present themselves, in certain fields. I won't want to say for all, but I know I can say in certain instances I have felt where like it's been expected of me to not say something or to just go along to get along. But now I feel like I have a certain level of agency. Like there's a certain level, like I make it a priority. I take certain responsibility for myself in professional spaces that I know that I hadn't taken, before reaching this age. And I'm sure that comes through, experience because, you know, I watched people, I got passed over, you know what I'm saying? Like closed mouth, didn't get fed because I didn't speak up and say what I wanted. And somebody else did and they got the opportunity and I didn't. So those kinds of things taught me, where, you know, being liked is not necessary, or it's not something, you know, it doesn't always have to be priority, especially in professional instances. It's like, you don't have to be rude. You can be courteous. You can be amicable. You can be friendly.
Right.
But, you know, not to the extent where you just sitting there and letting people run over you or not speaking up for yourself. So, I mean, it just kind of, I thought it would be something cool to talk about here, because somebody might be navigating, you know, a situation at work where they're worried about offending their boss or turning their boss off or turning their coworkers off or saying something that their boyfriend might not like. So I don't know.
Because the problem is, the thing about it is the challenging thing, should I say, is you deal with so many different personalities in the workplace.
Right.
You've got the passive aggressives, you've got the sneaky ones, you've got the nice ones, you've got the overbearing ones, you've got the egotistical one. Like, there's so many different personalities that you have to navigate through in a professional setting. And I think that's where having a hold on yourself, like you were saying earlier, really helps, because it helps you to deal with people pretty much the same across the board. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to shift a little depending upon the personality. I know when it comes to passive aggressive people, I have to be slightly more aggressive and let them know, hey, by the way, I know you're being passive aggressive right now and it's pissing me off, so stop. Like, you know, and those moments I'm going to speak up and be like, cut the bullshit, please. And just like, talk to me straight. I don't have time for it.
Right.
But I try to be pleasant for the most part without, like you said, letting anybody run over me in the workplace.
Yeah. I think it's all about being adaptable and being comfortable, so comfortable in yourself that you can be flexible. Cause I think a lot of times, you know, I've been in places where I've been insecure about my performance, insecure about, you know, whether or not I am qualified to be where I am, or, you know, comparing myself to other people. I'm just being honest. I know everyone is, you know, out here like always been on, but I'm real transparent about my journey. I know that there are times where I have been in the room and, you know, wondered whether or not I should open my mouth. And that's fair. You know what I'm saying? Just be authentic to yourself and true to who you are, and be secure enough in yourself to, you know, say that. You know, I think being liked is, you know, a condition of being liked by others is first liking yourself. Right. And that's something that before you can, you know, like that's the first order of business, at least as far as I'm concerned. Like, you have to come to a place where you're like, I'm secure with where I am, not saying that I'm perfect or I have arrived, but here I am in this situation. I'm going to, you know, my goals here are to do A, B, C, and D, and I'm going to work toward those goals, and, you know, navigating your time within that situation accordingly. So, yeah, I think, you know, I don't know. I think in terms of where we are in life, we bring different experiences to.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. To piggyback off of that, like, we are figuring it out from different angles. And I think, like your experience where you're able to say, yeah, there was a time when I did care what people thought, and so it caused me to kind of pull myself back. That's not really been my issue. My issue has always been my mouth. And that wasn't really like the best situation when I was dealing with maybe very egotistical men in the workplace or what have you. And I had to learn where to kind of scale that back a little bit and balance it by not being a complete bitch. You know what I'm saying? And trying to be a little bit more pleasant, but at the same time, you know, like, don't bullshit me either. Right. Like, you know what it is. But yeah, I've kind of had to pull that, I guess, that attitude back. Not really the angry black woman, but it's like, I don't really have time for whatever you have going on in your personal life. If it's going to infiltrate how you deal with me, like, I don't really have time for that. So learning how to be a little bit more, I don't want to, because I don't stroke egos. I'm trying to figure out the best way to say it, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say. Like, just learning how to kind of finesse that, like, so you get more bees with honey than vinegar, right? So learning how to put a little bit more honey on it.
I think, I say? For me, in instances where I've found myself in those situations, I think it's also like a security thing, because, you know, you get defensive when you feel like somebody's coming for you. But if you're secure enough in your station and where you are, then, you know, that doesn't matter. And, you know, like, for me, it's come to a point where I'm now able to assess, like, perspective will teach you, like, in this situation, you're coming from me. Is it from a place of, like, I'm not threatened? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
If you're not a threat to me, even your aggression toward me is not going to take me off my game, because you know, this particular situation doesn't influence me, you know, beyond, you know, your emotions. So, like, you don't really have the weight or the clout to change anything. So your feelings are of no consequence. So would I really waste my time and my emotion and my energy going back and forth with you when, you know, it's of no effect?
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, we can even parlay this into a conversation about relation or dudes, you know, or like, so, like, let me spin it that way. So has there been a point in your life when being liked by men, like you found yourself conscious of your behavior as it related to wanting to be liked by men or people, you know, whoever you're attracted to?
Yeah, actually, if I'm going to be completely honest and transparent, now when it's come to men in the past, there's definitely been more of that.
Yeah.
I was engaged once upon a time to another person. I told you all. I am now happily married with a 3.5-year-old, but there was another lifetime where I was engaged to this human being, and
come on, see, that's a progress. Those of you who don't know, like, she always refers to him as a Homo sapien. So we thank God for growth out this bee. Go ahead.
So yeah, there was a time in my life where I was engaged to this nigga, and and, you know, there were certain things about me that he wanted to change. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a real, like, workout buff nigga. Like, he was always in the gym lifting,
right,
so much all the time, and I have always enjoyed. I enjoy exercising. I've kind of fallen off my game, but back in the day, I like to run. I've always been pretty athletic. I ran track, but, you know, I was in my 20s and not really worried about that at the time. And he was like, I need you to lose weight, and it's like, huh. Okay. And then I remember I cut my hair for a certain point, and he didn't like that. And there were just, like, so many little things that he started not to care for. And it made me feel very self-conscious. And it got me to a point, because when we first got into our relationship, I was a very secure person. I didn't have any issues. Like, that insecurity had never been my bag. And then as he was a very insecure person. And that's when I realized, as I got older and I learned more, okay, I see what you're doing here. But when you're young, you don't know these psychological games that these niggas are playing, right? So we got to a point where it flip-flopped completely, and he's appearing to be this very secure person, and he's nitpicking at me about all the things that he doesn't like or he wants me to change. Mm-hmm. And it made me feel very self-conscious, and it made me very, it made me feel, it made my self-esteem was low. And it was like, all right, well, now I got to lose weight. Well, now I got to grow my hair back out. He doesn't like my hair like this, or I have to make sure that I straighten my hair because he likes it better this way. And as I got older, that's when I had to cut ties with that. I was like, okay, I'm not happy right now. I'm not in a place where I'm satisfied or I'm happy with anything that's going on. And that's what I'm getting ready to focus on. And as soon as I switched that mentality up and I started doing things that made me happy and didn't feel no kind of way about it,
right,
that kind of energy came out. And that's when I became more attractive to him, because at that point now he realizes, oh, I don't have this power, but there's something about her that I'm very attracted to. A sense of self is always very attractive.
Mm.
But it took some time for me to get there. And then that's how I ended up getting, my husband who I have now, because I've always been myself with him. And I never, ever had those issues. But growing up and being in my early 20s, I did have to go through that to get to a point where I'm like, okay, I don't care anymore. And I'm always going to be myself. And if you can't accept who that is, then you ain't the person for me. You don't need to be around me, whether that be friend, romantic, whatever.
Right. It made me... Yeah, I mean, it just put me in the mind of the sense of security and the sense of self that you had to come to within your relationships. Made me think of people who, come to that, later in life or are still in that process and then have to come against, people who have platforms who send messages that are not necessarily healthy. So I'm thinking specifically about Tyrese and his semi-recent comments on the Instagram. Now, Tyrese is now a happily married man. So I thought that was going to deliver us all from his
diarrhea of the mouth.
Yeah, his ignorance, the things, his completely useless, unfounded, unnecessary commentary on the internet. Yes. But alas, we still have to contend
vomit of the fingertips.
Personal brand of bull swanky. For those of you who don't know, Tyrese went on a rant about how he was tired of women with the lace fronts and the fake nails and the fake butts, and he had to throw in his little public service announcement about how you never really going to attract a real nigga when you bring in all this fraudulent blah, 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 So, I don't know, it just makes me wonder, to your point of your former fiance coming at you with his his insecurity being the source of him coming at you with the things that he didn't like, and then you in turn feeling like you needed to change to be liked by him. It's just it's gross. I mean, it just really puts a bad taste in my mouth.
Same.
And I think that's it really it caught I just wonder if people like Tyrese who have these platforms and say such foolish things have any concept of, the responsibility of their platform. And although it is his opinion, and I suppose he's entitled to it, as someone who is a public figure, I guess, I wonder, if he's given any thought to how his very abrasive, the very abrasive tone of his comments, how that was perceived by a little girl who just wants somebody to see her, you know what I'm saying? Or even a 20-something-year-old who just out here trying to get chose when you competing in a world of, Instagram likes and DM marriage proposals and all that.
The thing is, nothing Tyrese says is of any substance, honestly.
This is true.
Not a single solitary thing.
We know that, but I just wonder if everybody knows that. I hope everybody knows that, but
I feel like the word has spread, maybe not far enough. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the hood rats don't have internet.
I'm sure they do. How else they get their Fashion Nova?
That's true. You're right. You know what? That's how
no
they get
shade,
their Fashion Nova.
Because I do have a pair of jeans that I do enjoy. But go ahead.
Fashion Nova, if you want to sponsor us, you're more than welcome.
Listen, that high-waisted jean is a blessing. It's for the girls with the tail. But go ahead. I digress.
Such as myself.
If you team wagon, all right? Leave something in the comments if you team wagon. You're dragging a little wagon behind. Yeah, Fashion Nova.
That's all. The internet is where the girls also get their Instagram quotes. So I totally forgot about that.
Indeed.
But you know, if they're really hanging on to every word that Tyrese says, there's other issues in their life that they need to address. But Tyrese, for the ladies who are listening now, for everybody who is listening now, don't listen to anything Tyrese says. It's all bullshit.
All right.
It's forever going to be awful. He had that last post about his white queen.
Is she white?
Like, I mean, that's what he said.
No way.
I don't know, nor do I care.
Let me ask the Google machine.
Like, you know, he's like,
no way. No way.
It's like, and I know people feel a way, you know, because my wife is white.
She's not white.
Actually, do we? Do we care though? But I don't care if she's green. Like, I don't really care about anything you have going on, Tyrese. Outside of Baby Boy, one of the greatest, most awful hood movies of all time. I thoroughly enjoy Baby Boy. Outside of that, I don't want to hear from Tyrese. I don't want to hear a Coke commercial, and I don't want to hear an Instagram quote.
Do 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 do.
With the Hella Bray piercing.
La da 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 da. Always
What'd you find?
Coca-Cola. Yeah. Did I really just sing that whole thing?
If y'all ain't know, Keia can blow.
Okay.
She generally only sings for the Lord, though.
Listen, I'm not an artist. I'm an alto. She doesn't look white. I mean,
I know.
She's tanned and she has greenish eyes. That doesn't necessarily denote that she's...
No, my mom has green eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But he said she's white.
Did he really?
Yeah, something to that effect.
She was the Miss Latin UGA.
Okay, so she's
Latin. Days, oh my days.
Why would you call your wife white then?
Did he really use those words?
Where's the damn?
Apparently she is a social worker and she had a hefty salary. Now, hefty, that is a very relative term because I don't know let me shut up. She said she got her master's in social work from the University of Georgia and she graduated from school with a degree in psychology in 2012. Does that mean that her BA is in psychology? What is this website? First of all, I don't even know if this is credible information that I'm reading, but okay, no. Meet Tyrese Gibson's Black Queen. It says black. She's black, sis.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
His Black Queen.
When we fell for each other, it wasn't falling at all. It was walking into a house and suddenly knowing you are home. # my wife, my life. Now, guys, go ahead, be yourself. We will be in the bed, cuddles, loves, and hugs, and I'm sure you're going to see to it that we're entertained. Let's start by arguing that she's a white girl. Yeah, that's a good start. Get it all out your system. Say whatever you want. Say whatever it is you want.
She refers to herself as Latin American.
We good over here. The Gibson, she got her master's, and I own my master's. Voltron Records chairman.
I'm drained. That was the life force draining from my body.
Listen, so
do you know how many convicted felons have their masters? I'm just playing. That wasn't necessary. I don't know. We just really did a whole internet search in the middle of the I'm sorry. But her name is Samantha Schwalenberg.
Well,
her name was Samantha Schwalenberg.
That's interesting.
Listen here. I don't too much care either way. She's got her master's degree in social work. Line. Apparently, she's also a licensed bartender and mixologist. But
samesies.
How did we get all the way there from being liked? In any case, I don't really know.
In any case, nobody cares what Tyrese has to say. And, you know, at this point in your life, if we're going to wrap this up, at this point in your life, you know, it's not really about being liked. You know, it's more so about being respected and making sure that you have your morals and you have your values and you stick to those in whatever setting it is. And then from there, you navigate based off of the personalities that you have to deal with, but always stay true to yourself if we're going to be cliche.
That's it.
Yeah.
You wrapped that up real nicely, sis.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was it for Kitchen Table Talk this week. Thanks for playing. So, you know, it's not easy being African American or Black or a woman or just a person these days. You know, it's hard out here in the streets in 2017. We have to contend with so much. And there are things that we feel that you should do to take special care of yourself in these last and evil days. Perilous times we're living in, perilous times. So we have a segment that we call Black Women Self-Care, also known as I Deserve. In the words?
Yes.
Of Mama D. I deserve to be loved. So
I deserve.
In Black Women Self-Care, we're going to share the things that we do, you know, little things or not so little things that we do specifically to take care of ourselves as Black women in these streets. So I'm going to let you go first, sis. Or do you want me?
You go first, actually.
All right, then. I'm actually ready, so it's nothing. Do it. And I intentionally unplugged. Like, when I tell you that I did not watch television, I did not tweet, I did not post a snap, I didn't look at a snap, I didn't look at Instagram, I didn't look at Facebook. I turned off the notifications on my phone because I just felt like I was overwhelmed. And I found yesterday I felt really heavy. I'm dealing with some things in my personal life. And it's just been a lot for me to remain focused on keeping the right perspective. And I found yesterday that I would be doing okay. And then I would read a tweet and somebody would say something stupid and it would send me to another place. Or I would, anything, see someone looking really snatched or have a set of abs on Instagram, and then I will be in my feelings. So I really felt like I needed to focus on myself and my work and the things that I needed to do today. So I woke up, when I opened my eyes this morning, I said that I was going to focus on myself and hearing from God and just focusing on being productive today. And I wasn't going to be distracted by anything outside. So in Black Women Self-Care, I unplugged, and I have to say that I had a really productive day. Like, I was at work just moving and grooving through my to-do list, and I came home. I went to the gym. Look at me. It's like the third time this week because I deserve health care. I deserve to be healthy.
Third time.
You know what I'm saying? Third time this week. Check me out. I'm out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Because the summertime is upon us, and I would like to be in a crop top before I'm not able to do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's a certain cutoff as far as age-wise, at least for me. So I only have the time clock on me dressing like a thot is running down. So I've got to get these last few, like these last couple of rounds in before it's all over. Yeah. So I know that I need to be in compliance. But yeah, in Black Woman Self-Care today, I unplugged. I'm so glad that I did it. I might do it tomorrow.
Listen, you know what? You're not going to do it all the time, but when you do it, you feel so refreshed.
Indeed.
So I'm not mad at that. Well, in my Black woman self-care, I did something that I didn't want to do, and then I felt good. So I told you guys that I used to be a runner. I used to enjoy running. I ran track, and then I stopped running. And when you stop and you get out of shape, it is very hard to start back up.
What events did you run in track?
The 4x1, 4x2.
You see, I had a very brief, I don't like to say that I ran track because when I tell you that I had a brief stint on the track and field team, like it's not even a thing, but I did do it only because I wanted to lose weight for prom. And I felt like that was a way for me to have structured exercise in my life. But I said that to say, I also ran the 4x1. And the one in the 200. But please continue with your story. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, the one in the 200. I was a sprinter. I was not an endurance runner.
Oh, no. I don't go the distance. But I'm fast like a mug.
Let me tell you, these short legs carried. But anyway, so I recently was out in LA. And I've been saying, for the longest that I want to get back into working out. I enjoy yoga. When I start to work out, I feel really good. But it's so hard starting up and like getting into a routine because you be tired at the end of the day. You don't really want to do it. And then, it's going to make you feel better. Nobody's ever walked away from a workout and said, well, damn, I regret doing that. You know what I'm saying? So
I have to be honest. I've never said, whoo, that was a great workout.
You got to be so contrary.
I'm sorry. I've just never said it. I'd be like, oh, thank God I didn't die. But go ahead.
Yeah, but you don't regret it though. Like you don't regret the work do it.
I regret that I have to. I wish that my metabolism was such that I could eat chicken wings and French fries and still, bring all the boys to the yard. But the way that my, metabolism is set up, I can't have no carbohydrates.
I've never known that life. I've been last time I was size 4, I was 4. So
I've never been a size 4. I always had a 1 in front of it. Show did, girl. I'm not lying. I sell. Like, you remember when, this is a tangent, I'm sorry, but I always have admired the girls because I'm also a woman of a particular height. So
yes, you are.
I've never been like, I had my growth spurt in high school, like 9th grade. The summer between 9th and 10th grade, I grew like 6 inches. And damn. I remember specifically going from like a 12, 14, 16 and like the little girls. I sailed straight into an 8. Like there was no 2s and 4s and 6s. I didn't know there was a size 0 until I got to college and I met people who were a size 0. When I tell you, I was astounded. I had never in my life. I was like, what do you mean? 0 is not a size.
That's nothing.
It's not a size at all. Like but it represents nothing. Like it didn't, so I couldn't. And that's no shade to my petite sisters. Listen, I'm not shady.
Let me tell you a shady story real quick.
Oh, God.
So I have a cousin who's a size 0, right? She's always been super little. Like, she can't help it. Her metabolism is crazy. And she's just so little. She's so little that she can wear little girls' panties.
Oh.
So we went to Target one day.
I'm so sorry. Well, is that a sad thing? Maybe I shouldn't say, but that seems, that would traumatize me.
I don't know. We went to Target one day and she was like, pay for these for me. She was like, just buy these. I was like, why?
You can't get no sexy panties in the little kids section. That means she's wearing cotton drawers. Listen,
sexy panties were made for a woman of a very particular size, and it ain't little and it ain't
When
me.
I say sexy for me is like non-cotton. So anything that's not like a traditional Hanes, her way, cotton brief is a sexy panty as far as I'm concerned. Because
that's real.
Because that's just how my mind works.
That's real.
Thongs are not functional. I mean, listen, we don't have to go there, but
I'm sorry, guys. So this is like that news clip where
Hi Noah. Hi Noah.
Hi.
How are you?
I can't hear her.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh Hi Noah. Can you hear me now?
Wait, I can't hear. Hi.
Hi Noah.
Hi.
What you doing? Oh my goodness. Look at this.
I came out the door.
I see.
So yeah, it's like that news clip where the kids come into the room and the man's trying to conduct a conference and the mother comes in and like drags the kid out. That's my life right now.
It's okay. Oh, we've just been talking all over the map. Why don't you let's get back on task. What have you done in Black women's self-care, sis?
Okay. My Black women's self-care. So, told you, didn't really want to work out, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were in LA and my husband was like, why don't you come with me to the hotel gym? So, I really want to just lay in the bed, honestly, and enjoy the fact that I don't have to get up right in that very moment. But something was like, you know what? Get up. You did not come all the way to a completely different coast to lay in a hotel room. Like, get up and go enjoy the view or whatever. So I went up. I worked out. When I was done, I felt good. So the next day, he was like, let's go for a run. I found a juice spot that's 2.5 miles away. And we can just kind of just see things as we go on our route. So I was like, I really didn't want to go running for 2.5 miles and really 5 miles round trip. But again, I'm in a different city. I've been saying that I want to work out. I have no excuse as to why I said no. So we got up and we did the run. And it was a really nice run. We ran by MacArthur Park, which is the park where Jazzy Jeff told Fresh Prince don't go on the episode where
Look at this nigga trivia.
I know, always detention. Always detentions. All right. Anyway, ran by MacArthur Park, saw the swap meet, like ran by all the Korean town.
Like a land, you make sure you stop by the swap meet. Right.
Wait, and apparently MacArthur Park is also the park where Carly Red got fake proposed to by Life Jennings.
Can you please continue on with the story, please? I've had enough of your useless nigga trivia. Please.
So my Black woman self-care was that I got up and I worked out.
You went running like Forrest Gump. I'm sorry.
You went running.
I was running. I'm going to watch Forrest Gump. That's going to be my Black woman self-care next week.
Watch your Forrest Gump.
And I was running. Oh my gosh. That's enough. Okay, that's enough of this segment. We have taken up so much of your life. We apologize. Let's move on.
And I want to be very responsible of the things I say to my sister. Because everybody know I can be real petty. P-E to the T-T-Y, honey.
All right. Petty peeves. Petty peeves. Oh, you want to do it at like 1 minute? Petty. You guys so petty on me.
Petty peeves.
Petty peeves.
This is the segment in which we discuss all things petty that get on our nerves, that make us itch, that make us go off, that grinds our gears.
Right. So it's just like our unique take on the pet peeve because we are so petty peeves is appropriate.
Yes.
Indeed.
So what is your petty peeve this week?
Sis, okay, here's my petty peeve. When I order food for delivery, okay, my expectation is that the delivery person is going to knock on my door. I have had in recent, like this has not happened to me. Like it's just happened recently. Like before now it wasn't happening. But I've ordered from Postmates or Uber Eats. And usually when I order from Seamless or Grubhub, like the person always comes to the door. That's why you put your apartment number and information, you know, they ring your doorbell.
Same for Postmates, same for Uber Eats.
Same, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all, you put all of your address in the, you know, in your information. But
the whole thing.
Like the last 2 or 3 times I've ordered from, I believe it was Postmates, the delivery person will call me and be like, I'm downstairs. And I'd be like, well, come on up. Like, what you want? Like, I mean, I'm paying a delivery fee so that you can deliver. Like, like, I don't understand. I'm not understanding. It's like, well, I don't have no place to park. Well, find a parking space. This is what I'm saying. I'm actually paying a delivery fee. Like, if, like, there's in Postmates, there's a delivery fee, $3.99, $4.99. Yes. Like, I'm paying. If I wanted to come downstairs, you know what I'm saying? If I wanted to walk downstairs and get the food, I would have walked downstairs to my car and went to go get the food myself. The purpose of me ordering delivery to my home is so that you can deliver the food to my home, like
to my door.
My apartment is a part of my address. Like, it's not just a building. Like, come to the apartment, ring my doorbell. I'm coming to the door. Like.
Yeah, don't call and tell me you downstairs like you the plug.
Like what are you saying?
That. Come to my door.
Like, I'm downstairs. All right, well, I'll be up here till you get up here. God bless you.
Right.
I'm sorry.
And don't dare cancel my order either, because then we're going to have a real problem.
You dare not come between me and my chicken wings. I promise it's going to be some slow singing and flower bringing. I promise. I will promise you this. I promise, baby. I promise. Like Jagged Edge, you better get your life. But yeah, that's my petty peeve. Delivery suggests that you're going to deliver. Okay, not that I have to come and pick it up from anywhere.
Follow through.
That's it.
Follow through.
Amen.
So I'm gonna piggyback off of that, and we're gonna go right on over to Uber, Lyft, whatever you use. Drivers, cabs.
Driver.
Not picking you up or dropping you off at the destination in which you put in the address field. Do not call me and tell me you are on the corner and to come meet you at the corner.
That's good.
I put an address so you can pull up in front of the door.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's happened
when I was in LA. So it was the marathon, so traffic was going to be bad. I knew that getting into this cab. And guess what? I decided that I was going to pay for this cab to sit in this traffic. So we got about a quarter of a mile away from the destination. And the driver turns around and tells us, well, you should probably just get out here and walk the rest of the way because it's going to take me 9 minutes in traffic to get there. Well, then we should all be sitting in this car for the next 9 minutes then. What does that have to do with me? So you want me to get out?
To save you a coin, though.
No, he wasn't. He was a weirdo, first of all. And you're basically telling me you want me to get out and walk another 14 minutes as opposed to being in this car for another 9. What are you doing?
That's true.
What are you doing? You're not saving me any time whatsoever. You're saving me. There goes Brooklyn again.
That's fine.
Shout out to her. Yeah.
This is never really happened to us before.
No, not like this. The block is hot.
I'm not going to talk about your lighter neither, but God bless.
What? Who? What is that? That is part of the outside noise.
Time for these lies you're telling.
Portia lies. Hashtag Portia lies. So anyway, that's my petty peeve. Drop me off where I put in and pick me up where I put in.
Yes, I was.
It's that simple.
Yes. This summer, I had a Lyft pick me up from work, and the man, I was literally standing under the number. Like, you know, the address was like 123 Alpine Street. I was literally standing under the 123. Like, I was standing underneath it, and the man was like, "I'm here." I'm like, "No, so you are not." Like. You're not here because I'm here. What are you saying? But yes.
The corner is not here. The corner is the corner. And tell me you're going to be here in another 15 seconds.
Tell me you can see me and I'll see you shortly. Or like I'm on my, like, don't say you're here. And don't like park and be like, he was like, I'm here. You're not here. I'm here.
No. I had a driver lie and tell me there was construction. He couldn't get on my street one time. Sir, that is a lie because I'm standing outside and I'm looking at the very clear street as the cars whisk by.
My Lord.
Coming from the other direction.
Yeah.
You just did not fit. Oh, that was a whole fiasco. I threatened to mace him and everything. But anyway, that's another story for another day.
Those are our petty
peeves.
Indeed. So yes, share with us your petty peeves.
Yes.
So that, and then maybe one day or maybe one episode when we don't have one, we can read yours, or we can just share yours if yours is like super funny or like really hits the nail on the head. And
absolutely,
we share the same petty peeves. So yeah, let us know what your petty peeves are, and we can all be out here petty together.
Can't wait to hear from you. So that was the first episode of Getting Grown with Jade and Keia.
That's Jade. I'm Keia, and we are so happy that you stuck it out with us. We thank you for your patience. Jade is not, but Keia is new to this, and I'm really hopeful that this could be a good time for us all. I had a lot of fun, so hopefully y'all ain't hate it.
Yeah, that's really.
I just hope
hopefully you didn't hate it.
Hopefully y'all didn't hate it, and hopefully y'all come back and listen to us again next week. Please interact with us. We have we hope to have a very active and engaging social media presence. I don't know why I keep putting this particular voice on, but yes, we hope to have a very active and engaging social media presence and community. So please tweet us, send us stuff. Don't be shady. I guess that's expected. Your comments and your comments are welcome. Your shade is not. I guess you can do with that what you must. But I just felt like I needed to put that out there in the atmosphere. All right, I love you guys, but don't push me.
This is just don't push me. This is just basically a comfortable place for women of color, to come and sit and talk. And of course, our fellas are always welcome too. And just kind of figure out how we can all get grown together, because it is a struggle out here and we understand. So this is just from our different perspectives, and we hope that it's relatable and you guys engage with us. We can't wait to hear from you.
Indeed, because, I'm literally just now learning how to be an adult. Like, I've been an adult for a long time, but I'm learning how to be an adult for real. I'm not that good at it, but I'm hoping that we can all figure it out together.
Yeah, and I'm responsible for another human being. Woo. And that in itself is scary as shit. Horrifying. The ultimate horror movie,
but listen,
is being responsible for another human being. It's a beautiful, awful thing.
Guys,
so I'm trying to figure out how to navigate in that space. So we just hope that this is all encompassing, and we can all figure out how to navigate together and learn how to adult for real.
For real. So yeah, y'all be good. Y'all remember to drink your water and mind your business, and stay moisturized, because your black will definitely crack if it's dry. Okay?
Bye.
Bye.